Hi, I want to give you a real quick tutorial on how to set up your sources in APA format. We'll be doing this in more depth later on, but here, even in the Lit Review Planner, we're asking you to begin to do this. And you may have done this, should have done this in English 101, so hopefully it's reviewed. So on the planner, you do not need to have the references title, but just to remind you, at the top of your references page, centered in bold font, you always have the word references. And we also want to set that to double spacing. And once you've done that, you're going to move your alignment back over to the left. At this point, you need to set up your hanging indent. So you would go to the paragraph section of your word processor and look for the special indent and choose hanging. Now, the basic model for an article is to start with, let's take it off of bold, the author, comma, first initial, middle initial. In parentheses, you would put the year, and then the month day, and then a period. Next, you would have the title, and it may or may not be in italics, depending on whether it's a standalone item or an article in a journal or newspaper or magazine. I'll go ahead and leave it off for now. So we'll just put title. The next item would be the source. And if it's from a magazine, newspaper, or journal, you would put that in italics and you would put the name of the journal, etc. Sometimes you might have volume, issue, page numbers. It just depends. If you got this article from the website, then you would end with the URL, which would be not in italics, but it would be a web address. All right, now I'm going to give you two examples to show you how you would put this together. So we have two articles here on antibiotic resistance. One, let me look at the citation here, is by Anderson, and the other one is by, let's see, where's our author here? Oh, right here. Oh, maybe we don't have an author here. Oh, authors, two authors. Okay, so we want to put them alphabetically, so we're going to start with the Anderson. So it's Anderson, D.I. So on my document, I'm going to put Anderson, D.I. And I'll double check that. 1D, 2 S's. I think I got that wrong. Yeah, we don't need 2 R's. All right, the date is 2013, which by the way is too old, but anyway, just for example purposes. Then the name of this is The Evolution of Antibiotic Resistance. This is a chapter in a book, so it would not be italicized. See if I got that right. All right, and then this is in a book, so it's in J.B. Losis. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, now that is all I need. This is from a database. I do not need a web address because I didn't get it from the internet. So I'm going to move on to the next one. And this is from Godzilla. I'm sure I said that one wrong. And price. So we'll start with this one. uh, and then we'll only use the first letter, so that would be L. And we have another one. So if we just have two, we'll combine them with the ampersand. We'll still do them last name first, Price, comma, L. The date was August 10, 2020. So we'll start with the 2020 and then August 10 in the period. This is an article in the conversation, which is, I believe, a periodical with many articles in them. So it's like a magazine, even though it's online. So we would italicize, excuse me, we would not italicize the name of the article because it's part of that. We will just keep it the same way. And now the conversation would be in italics to show it's a publication. And here I do want to end with my web address. So I'm going to copy and paste that. It should not be in italics, so if it still is, just take that off. All right, so you can see that with the hanging indent, my first line is all the way to the left. Additional lines are indented. And all I had to do was, once I set that, is type my information: author, date, title, source, and web address if applicable. Do the best you can on this assignment.